Good evening. What's going on, everybody? I'm RDV. I'm here with Easy Eric Breen, or off-camera Eric Breen. Tonight we're going to talk about more new comic books come out this week. We got some. I actually got a lot of cool comics actually that's this week. More, I could actually fill it a top 5, even a top 10. But hello to Marania in the studio audience. Hello to Cookie, who's also here too as well. Please warn me. Notify me when you allow me to be part of the laughter. Thanks, kids. All right, Patrick Hogan. I'm guessing you. Not sure where he left that. Maybe it was on the top 5 vertical. I'm not sure. But we're it was on the vertical. Yeah, we're streaming through the vertical and the horizontal. I do recommend if you're watching on a PC, watch the non-vertical one. You can tell which ones are one because the vertical one has a phone in it on the very front, and the other one doesn't. But yeah, a lot of cool books coming out this week. I'm really excited for them because it's been a while since some of these have come out, and let's just jump right into it, I guess. Here, Breen.
Why not?
Right?
I said, why not?
I can't give you a story. Well, I wouldn't. I don't want to give people away to do that. But anyway, all right. Hello to Brian. Hello to Theo Dragon. And hello. Hello. Anybody else who jumps in? All right. Alrighty then. Got a lot of cool comics. I said a lot of cool comics, but I'm gonna get down to my number 5 here. My number 5 is kind of breaking my rule here as far as DCKO, as far as stuff goes in. But I am gonna be getting how far down is it? Is it really that far down? It can't be. Unless they moved it. Maybe they moved it. No, that's that right there. So maybe it got pushed next week. I mean, I'm fine with that. Do one less book. Maybe it did. I'm not seeing it. That's really weird. Well, that's interesting. Where the heck is it? Did I pass it up? That is just really weird. Let me do this. Well, that'd be interesting if they actually pushed the book back. I made my list, like, was it not even an hour ago? I think it got pushed back to next week. Wow. Let me check here. Okay, well, this is really weird though. It's supposed to be out this week, and I cannot find it. Let's just type the old way. PC. Okay. Oh. Kids. Yeah, it's supposed to be this one. Maybe that's why. So it is out this week. I don't know why I passed it up somehow. That was interesting. So yeah, this is actually my number 5 for this week. You know why? Because I was looking for a different cover. I was looking for the Todd Knott cover, not this shit cover A by Brunado Redondo. But the Todd Knott variant is what the one I'm using in the beginning this week. But so it's basically John Kent always wanted to be a Titan when he grew up, but now he's working alongside them. in an effort to evacuate the Earth. He didn't think he'd be stuck babysitting young sidekicks. When the kids sneak off, they enter the fray and stop Granny Goodness. John will have to show these young heroes the ropes so they can save the day and prove there's no age requirement to being a superhero. And he won't want to miss the shocking finale. 48 pages for $7. This is Jeremy Adams with Travis Mercer on the art. Really loving this Todd Nutt cover here. And we are basically going back to basically Stargirl and the Lost Kids, or the Star Children. I forget what it was called a couple years ago. But yeah, we're bringing back some favorites in here. So, we got Jay and what's his wife's name? What is Jay Garrick's wife's name? Judy?
Yes.
Yeah. Their daughter. We got Playfair.
No, Joan.
Yeah, Joan. Yeah.
The daughter's Judy.
Daughter's Judy, yeah. But then we have
daughter Judy.
Yeah. We also have Cheshire and Roy's daughter, Leon. She's the Cheshire cat right there. She's in there too.
So she's alive again?
Yeah, she's alive. They brought her back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That was not, it was, who was it? Oh, yeah, Joelle Jones brought her back.
Nice. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So overall, like I said, I've been looking forward to this. We got Boom, Judy J.R. Garrick. Then we have Leon Harper, Cheshire Cat, Fair Play by Jeffrey Holt. And then we have Granny Goodness, Quiz Kid, and then Arsenal, Roy being here. So I'm really looking forward to actually this. And also Batgirl. This is all being written by Jeremy Adams, who is one of my favorite DC writer right now. I do like Mark Waid. He's a good writer. But yeah, it's just been, and I'm looking forward to Travis's art. So Travis will not have does not show his interior art here, but overall though, it's called DC. The kids are all fight special number 1. And for tie-ins going, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that some of the tie-ins are better than the actual main KO stuff. But it is my number 5. Yeah. All right. Going into my number 4, and let me move over to the other thing. See what you guys are talking about. Welcome to the new. Hello to Summer Summoner. All right. And just, I had to move over chat because I can't see your guys' chat when I'm screen sharing. Ronnie, you know this. I was on the vertical chat. All right. My number 4 for this week is one of my favorite ongoing indie titles, also written by Jeremy Adams. And that is Dick Tracy. Actually, no, this isn't Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams is doing the other one book. Flash Gordon. My mistake. This is Alex Segura and Michael Morecki. Dick Tracy has just been a fantastic ongoing series over at Mad Cave. If you like old school kind of like crime, this basic cops versus robbers, the detective, who's unafraid to kick ass, get the girl, and take on the bad guys. It's just fantastic. Yes, and there is death, some horrible deaths, people getting pepper sprayed with bullets in the very first page of the first book. It's fantastic. Explosive finale of the latest and greatest Dick Tracy storyline. Betrayed, cornered, and without his friends and even his city, Tracy stands face to face against the man responsible for the wave of bloodshed invading Tracy's turf. Is it prune face, the brow, lip, and manless? We won't spoil it, but the last page is killer. Buckle up for the latest chapter in Mad Cave's noir reimagining of the iconic pulp hero, Dick Tracy. $5 for 32 pages. And there only is one variant. Yeah. Carrie Randolph. This has been fantastic. I said, it takes place back in the right after World War II. So you still had kind of have like the Nazis in there coming in, invading, and then they were just Nazi gold being shipped into his city, and he has to track down a friend that was used to serve with him, who was a spook. It's just fantastic. Alrighty then. That is my number 4 for this week. All right, go to my number 3. Number 3 is Green Lantern, number 31. Green Lantern has been the last couple issues been hilarious, and just awesome, fun team ups. We had it started off in issue 29. We had it was Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, and Green Lantern team up. And then my last issue 30, we had a Batman, Green Lantern team up as well. Now we're getting a Barry Allen Flash Green Lantern team up. There's just been fun. Jeremy Adams is he's basically doing what comic books should be. He knows he's a kid at heart. He loves these comic books, so he's writing it as a fan would love it, because he is a fan. Unlike some of these other writers who don't even read other comic books, probably. They probably aren't fans of anything. They write their own stuff, and then they move on to another project. It's just a job for them. Guest starring Barry Allen. Barry Allen is wanted, dead or alive. But they'll have to get through Green Lantern first, as Hal continues his investigation into the mysterious and deadly new chapter in the Book of Oa. The trail leads to Central City and old pal Barry Allen. The boys in red and green team up to tackle a dual mystery that will test their trust, their friendship, and the very life of the world's formerly fastest CSI investigator. Yeah. Green Lantern number 31 is at the year 3 when they did that run start. Year 3, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this is. This is after. So Green Lantern. This start came out after Rebirth, because it was Flash at the time when Rebirth was being written by Josh Williamson, and then Jeremy Adams took over. And as far as I know, there wasn't a Green Lantern book before this, unless it was New 52. I can't remember if there was a Green Lantern Rebirth. There might have been. So, everything is all in. For that last year, all the books were all in, and this is all in too. Yeah. So, this is the current ongoing. This is Legacy 598. It says, I think. Yeah. And of course, we got the Terry Dodson variant here, which I like, Hal just being like what he is, being his goofy self, kind of like, And then we have the Eddie Barrows cover here, variant. And then we have the Chris Campa. So, never really liked these angles. Makes the Flash look a lot longer. His arm longer than it's supposed to be. I do like the fact he's running up the building. That's one of the cool things about the Flash. They did that with the CW show. But yeah, it's just, if it's a Green Lantern book and you have the Flash on here, the Flash should not be in front and center. It should be Barry Allen. Barry Allen should be in the back where he belongs. But this main cover, though, very weak sauce. Very this isn't Disney. Why the heck they look like Disney characters from the 90s? Not a fan of that. It looks more Scooby-Doo-ish. That's what I should say. And that does not look like Barry whatsoever. That looks like freaking Ryan Gosling from Young Hercules. He's too skinny. Yeah. A Green Lantern should never be in the background character on his own book ever. Exactly, Maranya. Exactly. You tell him. Yeah. But I also don't like this, because of the fact that I don't like it's all the color and everything. It's too glossy, too shiny. And Terry Dodson has a bad habit with that, but I do love the camp humor in this. So, alrighty then, yeah. Yeah, Annie Wu does the cover for it. Apparently, is the main cover artist for this. But All right, on to number 2 book of this week. These are books you guys should be pulling. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing then. Maybe you're just not buying new comic books. But alrighty, let me click here. Load. Number 2 book of the week is Punisher Red Band number 5. The closest you're going to get to a Garth Ennis Punisher series. I mean, other than we got Get Fury was the one last year. Benjamin Percy is back with this with Julius Ota on the arts, interior arts. Main cover is done by Marco Cicchetto, which kind of makes me mad because I'm like, I love Marco Cicchetto. I'm so spoiled by his run on Daredevil. Even though I hated the story was going direct, I love Cicchetto. Cicchetto art was the best thing on the Daredevil's ongoing series from a couple years ago. And same with the Spider-Man stuff, too. It says, Frank Castle's return to the Marvel Universe is cemented at last. As virtuosos of violence, Benjamin Percy and Julius Ota's Sympathy of Slaughter reaches its killer crescendo. How is Frank plucked from Weird World? What the fuck is Weird World? That's what I want to know. Is that freaking thing we had in Amazing Fantasy 15? Or or whatever it was, Amazing Fantasy book a couple years ago? And why? And what twists and turns are yet to come in the senses-shattering story? So I'm guessing Weird World is where you go when you die in Marvel Universe when you die for mortals. They go to Weird World? Well, they know the gods go to Valhalla or something like that. But yeah, this has just been fun. So this is Polybag, $5, 32 pages. Now the problem with it is being Polybag. To me, it's kind of pointless. Because there's no trading card or any incentive whatsoever. It's just another red band, so it hides it. And yeah, do I like it looks a little cool. It actually just catches your eye. But those things are a pain in the ass to get back in the bag. Yeah, so Marco Cicchetto cover. Why you would even need a variant is beyond me, but there's apparently 4 of them. We'll look at them. A Dolly variant with the Punisher skull, blood all over the. I'm sorry. Brian, are you still there? He's still busy. Looks like what was the guy from Kojak? Tully something. Tully Savalas or weird looking face on the Kingpin. But yeah. And then we have the Clayton variant, which looks horrendous. It looks like a 70 or 80 plus year old Frank Castle with that nose and that face. He doesn't look too healthy. Of course, here is the normal with the normal frame. The Virgin, I don't know if this makes it worse or at this point, the layout around it doesn't really make it any better. Jorge Fernandez, this is a cool cover. I like this. This is your Dolph Lundgren Punisher. Literally, you can tell by the face. I love the bullets. Love the smoke. Love the old school art. This could give the main cover a run for its money. I love Cicchetto, and this is kind of cool. Yeah. But, man, so this is the final. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And then starting in February, we're getting an ongoing series with the same team, Benjamin Percy and Oda. And literally, I just love the fact that we're getting what the Benjamin Percy is doing with the series, and I hope we get a whole lot more of this. I hope it goes past 50 issues, but knowing Marvel, they'll go about maybe 20 issues, whatever, and then they'll reboot it at number 1. Start all over again with a different title, and I'm just the point where I'm like, dude, just let it go and let it be awesome. I want more. I want people being shot. I want like that's the thing too. If you're gonna do an ongoing, and this is a Red Band book, you go away from the Red Band, I think it might lose some of its edge. Just let Benjamin Percy just be badass and let the art be badass too. I want the gore That's what made the Punisher Max series so awesome, because of the fact that they knew it wasn't for kids. They know that Punisher is not intended for kids, never should be intended for kids. Punisher is an adult character for adults. So we'll see what happens. And besides, yeah, look what's happening over in G.I. Joe currently. Yeah, bringing that up. Yeah. G.I. Joe right now has blood and guts, but they don't do a red band. They don't have to do that because they know that, hey, this is not aimed toward teens. This is aimed towards adults. But anyway, though, I was just saying they respect the people that are buying it. They're not going to put some gimmick in and charge you an extra $1 for a polybag. Going on to my number 1 for this week, if you should know, surprise, it's probably the most talked about book that's coming out this week. No, it's on Absolute Batman because, sorry, that cover on Absolute Batman is just ridiculous. You have Wonder Woman still be taller than Batman, even though he's freakishly tall. I'm sorry, I'm just done. All right, my number 1 for this week is Iron Man, number 1 in Marvel. And as it says, a bold new era begins on the cover right there. The unapologetic Iron Man is once-in-a-lifetime hero, but the beating heart behind the armor is once-in-a-century genius. Years ago, Tony Stark was knocking on death's door, so he created the Iron Man armor to survive. What happens next time death comes calling? What weapon does he create then? What if someone else creates it first? These questions have haunted Tony for years, a ticking time bomb inside of him waiting to explode. Femme Fatale, Madame Mask, has also asked these questions, and with the power of the advanced idea mechanics behind her, she's ready to create the next great weapon. Welcome superstar Joshua Williamson as he makes his powerful return to the hallowed halls of Marvel, taking the reins of the Golden Avenger with legacy Stormbreaker Carmen Carnero. So you mean the interior is going to be awesome. I love Carmen. This is classic superhero telling in the mighty Marvel manner, just how you like it. Legacy number 681 for you loyal Iron Man fans wondering which number this is in the Legacy. 40 pages for $6. Price a little steep for me for $6. But then because Marvel probably treats their main characters just like DC treats Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, they charge you $1 more extra, which I think is dumb. But it has a wraparound cover. And I said, it's just been a fun series. Iron Man has always been a fun series for me. I love the character, love the art on them. It's just that problem is that there's so many people who just don't understand what Tony Stark is. And they go back to the alcoholism all the freaking time. This is one of 16, so I guess we'll look at the next 15. Pablo Villalobos. Shit. Sorry. Iron Man does not have a attack on Mars. Or Mars attacks helmet. That's weird. Ivan Talavera. Melinda May Virgin. Okay. I don't know who this character is. But apparently she's got an energon gun. Or some kind of light gun. The little Iron Man in the background. Explosion. Ain't that bad of a cover. But the blue suit though reminds you of like, okay, because I remember was it Bendis where Pepper had her own pink Iron Man suit? Clayton Crane.
Who was the woman on the cover you just showed?
I don't know. It says Ivan Talavera, Melinda May Virgin. Maybe this is Madame Mask or some other character.
Did you say Melinda May?
Melinda May.
That's the character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. I didn't watch that show.
I didn't know that was a character in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a Virgin variant. Or so I don't maybe she's going to be in it. I don't know. But if they're going to tie in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into maybe, I wouldn't mind. Be okay. Take some of the characters. Yeah. Second printing cover. Adam Kubert, Promart. So it makes you wonder: is she gonna build her own Iron Man suit? Annie Wu cover with Black Widow.
Anywho.
Annie Wu.
Oh, woohoo!
Yeah, she did the cover on What did I see? Oh, for the Green Lantern cover this week. The main cover. That's Annie Wu does that. Yeah, of course, Clint Crane with the. I don't like these like phone cases thing, or whatever frames they put into porters. This is Declan Shavely armor variant. If you're not who this guy is, this is the guy who does writes that Terminator book over at he was right. Yeah, he was doing ongoing Terminator and ongoing Thundercats at Dynamite. So, and then we got Elizabeth Torque, Madam Mask variant with the bang. I really hope this turns out to be a really good actual like issue, and just stays being good, because Iron Man has not had a good book in a long time. The last time I really enjoyed Iron Man was the annual. That was from 3 or 4 years ago, and that was where him. That was part of the Infinity Gem crossover event they were doing. Through all the annuals, it was the only time that Iron Man was actually written in character. This is kind of cool. It looks more like the cartoon from the 90s, a little bit. Cosmic Invasion variant. Yeah, Pablo Vilbos. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that helmet. And of course, the Scotty Young variants. Do you think Scotty Young is reached the Fred Hembeck of like nobody just cares anymore level yet?
No, I think kids love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm looking forward to this. So we got we're gonna have Norman Osborn here, the Fixer. I don't know who that is. I guess Bert Eversole, is he a mutant? Bethany Cabe. Wow. Hey, look, Susan Storm Richards, Mr. Fantastic, War Machine, and Melinda May. So Melinda May is going to be in the comic book. Interesting.
Oh, look, it's Reed Storm Richards.
And Norman Osborn Spider-Man. Yeah. Honestly, I said I hope this. My goal for Marvel to have one book that's not tied to all the freaking others, and you can just have a good story. It doesn't need to be connected. Like, if you want interactors characters, you don't have to acknowledge what this character is doing in a series. Just bring them in, have a fun adventure like they did back in the day, and boom, done. I don't need to have honestly, I would love to have okay, Steve Rogers has been here. I don't need to know what Steve Rogers is doing over in the Straczynski book. Who gives a shit? This is Iron Man book. Like, bring him in, they help him out, and then that's it.
Straczynski was the last one. This one's Zdarsky.
Oh, is there a difference? Is there a difference between the two?
Well, I just called him Zdarsky. So, what do you think?
Darzinski. Actually, I kind of dig the Scotty Young variant. It reminds me of the comic book one with the mini superheroes. Yeah, that was the Marvel superheroes back in the day. And I love the Cheeseburger comics. What's up? Young was never as good as Hembeck. Jackson, you would have that opinion. You would.
I have no use for either one of them, so there's that.
I know you don't care for either one of them. But I would say that I get more of a laugh out of the Scotty Young ones than I do the Hembeck. The Hembeck's just
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Hembeck's were just weird.
Yeah, I don't like Hembeck, never have.
So Yeah, that is my number one book for this week, though. I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a while since I've read and collected an Iron Man book. Uh, we need good Iron Man. He's been shit on too much by Marvel.
Yeah. Well, I don't like seeing Carol Danvers in the first issue.
Yeah, I know, right? But
maybe
I think she's a cameo.
Maybe Tony will tell her to go F herself.
Right. Yeah. Maybe here, if we're lucky, she says it's a cameo and she just stands in the background. That's it. Does nothing, that's no interaction whatsoever. Her and Steve are having some stevia over by the coffee machine.
But I may actually pick that up.
Really?
I mean, it's got a crowded first issue. I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to be like.
Yeah. It's Joshua Williamson, so I have hope, but we'll see. Also coming out this. What's that?
It's not an event, and that seems to be what tripped him up. So I'm guessing he would have put a lot of thought into this because it must be something he really wanted to do because he's in demand. I mean, he can go pretty much anywhere he wants to go right now.
Well, yeah, he's been not only has he been working over at DC, he's been also working over at Skybound on the G.I. Joe book. Like he doesn't need to go to Marvel. So hopefully they caved and give him what they want. So we got Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman 16, Absolute Batman 16, Absolute Martian Manhunter, and Absolute Flash. All the top row here coming out.
It is a juggernaut. Look at that. The top 7 books are all DC.
Yep.
And that's kind of
tells you what's going on Marvel.
If you want to know how far Marvel has fallen, the flagship character of a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
A new first issue with a great writer and somebody said it's a really good artist.
Yeah, not even
a top 12 release for the week it comes out. That's pathetic.
Right? But yeah, we got DCKO, the Back to the Spark, Flash the Flash number 29's out. So there's 2 Flash
orders for a book that no one talks about.
Yeah.
No one cares about.
Yeah.
And it's of course I hate that it's outselling Green Lantern because reality is Jeremy Adams books just don't sell.
You also remember this is also a very left-leaning politics site.
I know.
So I'd be concerned. Would be interested to see what this would look like if this was more conservatives running this.
Number 4 book, the number 5 or 6 book of the week is a Joshua Williamson.
Yeah. Yeah. Punisher should be up there. Yeah. But instead, it's down here. We also got G.I. Joe's coming out this week. They're bringing in I think his name is Roadblock. It's finally being introduced in the G.I. Joe universe over at Skybound. So that's kind of cool. If you doesn't know who Roadblock is, well, let me jog your memory. You remember The Rock was in a G.I. Joe movie? That's the character. Also, the Infernal Hulk 3's out this week too as well. Robert Kirkman, David Finch, Skinbreaker number 5. Wes is gonna be happy. It's more David Finch. Justice League Red. I think that might be the wrap up of this series. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a 6-issue or 12-issue miniseries. We got Conan the Barbarian number 28. Look how far down these books are. Feral number 20. Capes number 3 is coming out. Marvel Comics The End 2029 number 2 by Steve Orlando. Look how far down that is. That I'm so shocked for it must really suck that nobody gives a shit about it. I mean, you brought back 2099, made a big hype about it, and then no one's pulling it. Thundercats has been good. I recommend that. It's another recommend book. Bug Wars is still going on with the Spider Witch special one shot. Then we have, look at that, 1776, another big title pushed down. DC Comics Supergirl Next Door. That's the one I told you. It was a very, very openly woke, very and just um, yeah, just trash writers. Nicole Main's Dreamer or a fake Dreamer from was it Supergirl has a story in there too. And Creep Show's down here too. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures. The fact that this is all about too just really hurts my heart too, because that's actually written by two people who are very faithful to the source material and actually put out a good story every single week. You know, the main guy on the cover there, he's got Fox here in the white shirt here. He's actually like he's a Sonny Crockett ripoff. They do like a homage to him. So he's an international thief, but he dresses like Sonny Crockett. I love it, from Miami Vice. Youngblood, no one gives a shit about. Dick Tracy, look how far this is down. Like I said, this is ridiculous. How far they just put all these books down. Terminator Metal, Savage Dragon's still coming out. Wow, and it's $3.99. Sonya Reborn. That's another thing. I read Sonya book this far down. Yeah, Killing Joke's coming out this week again too as well. Another facsimile. Yeah, it just. And then we get the Fantasy Four is a facsimile this week, number 52. First appearance of Black Panther in Fantasy Four crossover event. And then we start getting into some weird other ones. Blood Squad 7, Joel Casey book. Yeah. Flash Gordon Quarterly is out this week too as well, number 6. Attack of the Sharkmen, who were just mentioned in the Defenders of the Earth book that's out. That's another book that's kind of people are sitting on. Then of course we got all the different variants coming out. And Skull Island, Grim Trail Till Terror. Yeah. A lot more indies and a lot more variants. What is with this Harley Quinn in Paradise thing? That's a weird cover. Eerie number 7. Yeah, and then I guess Urban Comics. It must be like a variant thing. All right, though. Let's go look at the trades this week. All right. So we got Batman: The Long Halloween, Last Halloween. Finally, all 12 issues are out and been collected for $40 in a hardcover. We also have. We'll do that and then we'll compare, because we also got Avengers out too as well. Mad Love is re-released again for the billionth time. Superman in the 70s by Christopher Priest, I think it is, or Christopher. Introduction by Christopher Reeve. So I'm not sure what this is about. Apparently it's a 2026 edition, so it's been out before. And then we got some Kira, a hardcover collection, volume 6 for $40. Pin Apocalypse, for those who missed out on it. Trade's coming out, $18. And then we got the art of DC artist Jorge Jimenez. Red Sonja, volume 3. It's coming out. Prodigy, library edition, hardcover edition. And then we're getting into some other weird stuff, some manga. Captain America, yeah, this is through Panini Comics. These are Spanish ones. Yeah. Yeah, so all right. So let's look at the first the DC Finest Batman Case of the Chemical Syndicate trade. Yeah, from 1939 to 1941. Discover the origin of the Dark Knight in his earliest and most defining cases. Before he became the global icon, Batman began his journey as Gotham City's most relentless crime fighter. This DC Finest collection brings together Batman's first adventures, featuring the debut of classic villains like the Joker, Catwoman, and Hugo Strange, along with Robin's introduction as the Boy Wonder. Follow the Dark Knight as he refines his mission to fight crime, protect the innocent, and strike fear into the heart of evildoers. DC Finest continues a major publishing initiative, presenting comprehensive collections of the most in-demand and celebrated periods in DC Comics history, spanning genres of characters and eras. Collect stories from Batman 1 through 5, Detective Comics 27 through 52, and World's Best Comics number 1.
And remember, get this DC Finest and put it next to your Batman Golden Age Omnibus hardcover number 1, your Batman Golden Age trade paperback number 1, your DC Archives number 1, your Batman Chronicles number 1. Thanks, DC. All the things that have never been reprinted. And I just named 5 other places you can get these.
That's okay, though. This is $40 for 616 pages.
I don't care.
I don't have any of that, so I don't care either.
This is like, this is kind of the equivalent of when a label re-releases, a record for the 15th time, and they found, oh, well, this one has the lead singer belched into his microphone. We added that.
Nah.
Right, Coco?
Someone's mad that Seattle is going to win the Super Bowl.
Who's that?
That's you.
What does that have to do with what I just said?
You're
And
cranky.
why would I be mad if Seattle won the Super Bowl?
You're cranky.
Well, I'm always cranky, but what does that have to do with Seattle and the Super Bowl?
Because Seattle is, what you're talking about, Seattle is has a better politics.
No, Seattle. That somebody posted.
Yeah.
They're rooting for Seattle because the owner of Seattle didn't donate to Trump, and Robert Kraft did.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, for all those people that see politics in their breakfast cereal, I was driving the other day and my car broke down, and a guy came to fix it, and I asked him if he supported ICE, and he said yes. So I wouldn't let him fix my car, and I got hit by a car while I was trying to get back in mine, and now I'm in traction, but I'm on the right side of history. Shut the fuck up.
Did the guy hit you? You know what? Texas is really hating ICE right now because of the ice storm. Anyway,
that's what's so stupid, because I say, the guy that fixes your car may support ICE. The guy that took your order at McDonald's or Taco Bell, it's ridiculous. Anyway,
would you rather support the guy working at Taco Bell who's hiding from ICE or ICE that's going to?
Yeah.
All right.
It's already been released as an epic.
Yes, I want to. The reason I bring this up because this is $50 for 456 pages. I'm paying $10 more compared to the 616? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting ripped off here for this.
No, you're not. But the DC Finest is that much of a better deal.
That's what I mean. I'd rather have the better deal than have.
I agree, but I'm saying this isn't a ripoff. It's just that the DC thing in 2026 is a fantastic deal.
Collecting Avengers 264 through 277 and Annual 15 Alpha Flight number 39 and West Coast Avengers Annual number 1. These have already been. Yeah, this is the second time it's been released. It was third or fourth. But I'll just say this though. Despite the price, it's Roger Stern, Danny Figueroa, Steve Englehart, I believe Sal Buscema, John.
Yeah,
and then Bill Mantle.
Avengers at the time, and the Under Siege story is one of the greatest Avengers stories of all time.
Yeah,
it's where the guy that ended up being Atlas and the Thunderbolts almost beat he and Mr. Hyde and the Wrecker, I think, beat Hercules to death. They thought he died, but being immortal, his heartbeat had slowed down so much that they didn't know he was actually still alive. And it was a really well done story.
It was like Superman. Can't kill him
because the bad guys find Steve Rogers' footlocker and destroy all of his mementos. and it's just it's a really human story for all the for being a comic book thing, and it had repercussions that followed into the Thunderbolts years later.
You don't want this one written by Stern, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whose run on the Avengers is, I think, second to none.
Yeah, Stern is proven time and time over his writing, and he is one of the best writers.
His Spider-Man work, his Superman work, his Avengers work.
Yep.
I am comfortable saying he is the most underrated writer in comic book history.
Yes, of course he asked the guy who supported ICE. But actually, so see, here's the thing though. When I go to McDonald's, they ask me, do you want ice? I say no ice in my Coke.
No, Summoner, that was me making fun of
these big
idiots on Twitter that say they're not going to buy a guy's art anymore because he supports ICE. Now, to be fair, I won't buy anything of Daniel Warren Johnson because of the Batman snapping an ICE agent's neck sketch he posted.
Oh, we just had another guy who came out and had like Punisher and executing an ICE officer.
The other was Tim Doyle. Do you remember that name?
No.
He goes back to like the early days, and someone posted a picture of him in a mankini, and he oh my god, he was the most odious figure from the early days of Comicsgate.
Yeah.
I thought he just disappeared.
Yeah. Some random artist to me, a guy that just says comic book artist Tim Doyle endorses murdering ICE agents. He has Wolverine running his claws through the head and the chest of ICE agents. And he got Punisher putting a gun to an ICE agent's head. Here's the thing, though. Punisher would not be going after the ICE agents.
Remember, these leftist comic book fans and leftist wrestling fans, they are absolutely convinced that they're the good guys in this story. Mm-hmm. And I said, let me know when any of these fucks shed a tear over any of the people killed by illegals.
Yep.
And then we'll talk.
Oh my gosh, the list of names of people that were murdered by illegals, but no one even talks about.
Pretty sure Jimmy Kimmel wasn't crying about any of them last night.
It's a huge list. I couldn't believe how many girls were just trafficked and just murdered.
Or just sitting on a subway.
Yeah. So this is a reprint. There's a collection of Superman stories from the 1970s. 224 pages for $20. So this is kind of cool too. I guess this came out a while back. Maybe it was this the early 2000s or 90s?
I can't remember. I mean, I think it even got to Ollie's at one point.
Yeah. We got it says make way for Captain Thunder to Superman 276. DC Comics presents number 14. We got the man who murdered Earth, Superman 248, 271, 249, 286.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
Doesn't not a question, more of a statement. Murdering Metropolis seems kind of anticlimactic after somebody murdered the entire Earth.
I know, right? Yeah, it was 248. They got in 271. So I was like,
I guess Earth got better.
Yeah, it took them 2 years to recover, and then the guy matured Metropolis.
He must have dropped the Earth into the Lazarus pit. And Rob Uncle wasn't using it.
Yep. If speaking of which, though, if the Lazarus pit is on multiple places on Earth, so can't the Earth heal itself from the Lazarus pit? It can't die because it's constantly in the Lazarus pit. And what makes the Lazarus pit? Was it the Earth forming it and creating it? All right. We also got Parasite Story 286. So you got the Newsboy Legion from Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 133. I am Curious Black. Yes. Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, 106. The fact that that's even in there. Oh my. Do you think they censored it in there? Or do you think it's unedited?
Yeah, you can't censor. If you're gonna reprint it, if you're gonna censor it, you can't print it. The whole thing is
So it's just hidden in there. Who was that dog I saw you with last night? 27 with Crypto. Superman breaks loose, the Kryptonite one. Oh, these are awesome covers too. Where he's breaking the Kryptonite off him. You guys can't see it, so it's little.
It's 233. I gave Jay Lucian a copy of that.
Yeah, nice. And then there's 247. Must There Be a Superman, where he's on trial, I guess, by the Green Lanterns. Oa. And then we have I Can't Go Home Again, 270, and Superman Takes a Wife. Action Comics 484. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the fact that this is even like being released again is just kind of crazy. I'm curious though. I gotta see when the last time they released it. Let's go to the main cover here. 2000. So this was put on 2000 originally. Wow, 26 years later, they're releasing it again. That's crazy. But yeah. All right, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this tonight, though. Unless there's other books you want to look at in the chat. I mean, I don't care for it. I was like, oh, X-Men Second Genesis. Then I realized, oh, it's that crap. Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over. $20 years ago. That would have been a fantastic series. Fire and Ice. But, all right. All right. Well, I didn't know Curious Black was in there. Yep. Next to Curious George. All righty. Oh, I forgot. My bad. I thought I took myself off the screen. Usually go full screen for this, but alrighty then. Just glad I think I didn't pick my nose or anything like that. I know I was on camera the whole entire time. Alrighty then. We're gonna end it right here then, I guess. Who asked to sing the left and they're known for being too bright? Yeah. They're I don't even call them the left anymore. I just call these people these the insane asylums that have been let loose. Common sense is no longer common anymore. It's now rare sense. So if you have sense, you are a rare commodity. Saying goodnight, Gracie. As usual, good time. It was had by all. So everyone stay safe out there. Fun fact, Elliot S. Morgan, or Megan, wanted to change his middle name to legally to Superman. I don't think you can. But all right, though. That's it, though. I didn't any questions or comments or concerns about books or stuff that's coming out? Or anybody in the chat here? And a lot of people are kind of dipping off. But yeah, as far as comic books coming out, though, there's a lot of cool books. I'm really excited for that Iron Man book. Iron Man's a cool character, especially, and I guess I really do like the new designs for the art for the armors and stuff like that compared to the original. Now I'll get shit from Miranda because she's a big Bob Layton armor fan, artist. But I really digged in the early 2000s when they started giving him all the cool looking different armor and stuff. I like the black and the gold they had him for a while. And then even the Bendis one, I thought that was kind of cool. I think that was the bleeding tech armor. So I have to say one thing. It's not a question. It's a statement. February 14th is coming. Oh yeah, it's I know what you're talking about. It's just a normal day. I don't play into a government made or holidays by retailers so they can make money off me. if you're if you're only waiting, if you're only buying your significant other stuff on Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day, chances are you're not in a relationship. And tonight's stream on I Love Comic is a tribute to Sal Buscema. Sweet, I get to take a night off. And I thought he was already dead. John's the one that died all years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Sal died 2 days before his 90th birthday.
Wow. Iron Man needs to be put out to the old wheelchairs home. Then he'll be known as Iron Chair, right? But alrighty, though, we're gonna end it here, though. If you haven't already done so, please click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'll be back tomorrow night for a live manga reading with some friends. That'll be around 11 o'clock Central. And yeah, until then, I guess I'll see you guys later. Because we're ending with 13 people watching. This is crazy. So, alrighty then. But shout out to everybody who jumped in the chat here real quickly. We had Eric Brain on mic, who's dying from coughing. And then we have Jackson White. Kurt goes in here too. I am a cookie. That we have Maranya, Brian Stram, Ethereal Dragon, Jim. What's up, Jim? Summoner. We got here too. I think that's it. I think I read everybody off. I was off. Oh, Kick Slash, what's up? And then we have Brian. Yeah, I mentioned that Brian. And that's it. Good night, guys. And remember, hashtag Iron Chair. Anthony Stank.